Well, you don't have to be the young and restless to know that the healthcare law is already costly and reckless. Take it from a doctor who's suing. Dr. Larry Cowlett says he spent a lot of money and time just getting ready for the law's debut, and then the government, well, up and delayed it. Last we spoke to the doctor, he was waiting for the government to respond to his lawsuit. Now, a month later, the deadline for the response has come and gone. And, doctor, well, you still haven't heard anything from the government, have you?
Well, we actually have. They responded 3 days late, and we allowed it in the interest of sportsmanship. We did not go for a default, but surprisingly, they feel that we don't have standing. You know, in order to file a case in federal court under the Administrative Procedure Act, you have to show that you've been injured by a law. We've been injured in the sense that I spent money to make sure that my business was compliant with the law, and after doing so, the president illegally not only delayed but canceled or abolished a law for the year 2014, and it affects me as a business owner because, you know, every month or every quarter, I might have to choose to have my attorneys look at the law, compare it with my business, and make sure we're in compliance with the president's illegal waivers or tweets, since he waived the employer mandate by tweet, not even by an executive fiat alone.
You know, it's interesting that you would say this because essentially, although I don't think this could have class action status, you are speaking for most businesses, particularly small businesses, who find themselves in the same exact bind.
I'm the sole plaintiff on the case, but I'm sure I'm not the only one complaining. But you bring up a very good point. This is not the type of case that actually has class action. There are other cases that could. I would say that this case seems to be one which is very important to prevent the president from illegally waiving portions of the law just because it's politically convenient for him. The reason that he waived the employer mandate is very simple. He decided that it was politically convenient for him. He didn't want to eat his own cooking, so he doesn't want America to understand the implications of the law until after the midterm elections, just like he did with this most recent illegal change of the quote-unquote hardship exemption, and just like he changed the date illegally of enrollment when the insurance companies are going to disclose their premiums. People are going to have sticker shock. They were supposed to disclose it October 15th. He said that they're going to disclose it November 15th, coincidentally right after the midterm elections when America is politically paralyzed.
Yeah, there's no doubt there have been a whole lot of coincidences, to your point. And, of course, the lines keep moving. The deadline was the 15th, then the 23rd, then the 24th. And they're sort of saying, hey, don't worry about it. If you can get in there, we'll try to hook you up by January 1st anyway.
You're right, Charles.
Yeah, do you see more of these coming? Because I personally think that the March 31st deadline, I can't see how they're going to stick to that one. So I'm prepared for more of these to happen. And that means someone like you has to be prepared to spend more money that you hadn't budgeted for.
Well, fortunately, I have Judicial Watch helping me with my legal fees, but on the business end of things, it affects me as a business owner because it's unrealistic to think that every business owner is going to call their lawyers every time the president tweets and makes another illegal change to the law. And look, you can't both love creating jobs and hate the job creators at the same time. And if you would take the handcuffs off the lungs of the job creators, I think you would see the economy thrive.
Yeah, but here's the point. You and I both know that the president, this has already been anointed his signature achievement even before it was rolled out by the mass media. He's not going to abandon it. We might keep seeing these tweaks, to your point, a lot of patchwork or whatever it is. Even pressure from his own party isn't doing anything. So how do you see this whole thing playing out from here?
Well, I can't say exactly how it's going to play out, but I could tell you it's going to go poorly. My feelings are that in terms of Obamacare, it's going to go poorly for the nation, unfortunately. In terms of our case, we feel that we've got the government against the ropes. They know we've got the tiger by the tail. Even on Christmas Eve, Charles, they filed 3 desperate pleads to try to say to the court that we don't have standing. So in other words, they're saying that they're not claiming, by the way, that they have a legal predicate by which they would waive the employer mandate, but they are claiming that we don't have the legal right to question the illegalities of their actions. To me, their response was both weak, pathetic, and, by the way, irrelevant. They're claiming that I said that I'm injured as a taxpayer. It doesn't say that anywhere in our complaint. And they're claiming that I am voluntarily spending money on legal fees to make sure that I'm compliant with a law that's thousands of pages. I want to remind you that one of the defendants on the case is the IRS, and another is the commissioner of the IRS. They're claiming that I don't legally need to effectually have lawyers make sure that they give me advice. However, publication 549 of the IRS gives me implicit endorsement by saying that I am allowed to deduct my legal fees. So they need to make up their mind. Either business owners do, or they don't need lawyers to interpret laws that are tens of thousands of pages.
Dr. Kawa, I got to tell you, a lot of people are watching you. A lot of people are rooting for you. So we appreciate you coming back and updating us, and we'll be looking back for you to come back here real soon, and with maybe something more tangible from their side. But keep fighting a good fight. We appreciate it.
We have a court date of January 30th. I thought your viewers would be interested in that.
We are. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Well.